Hello everyone, Sheek here with another Transformers review, and yes, more Minicons! Today I'll be reviewing the Transformers Armada, Buzzsaw, Drillbit, and Dualor? Anyway, they are what Minicon team? It doesn't really, Destruction Minicon team. There's Buzzsaw, Drillbit, and Dualor. And for the other Minicon team, we have Bone Crusher, Knockout, and Wreckage. Bone Crusher, I do believe I had that figure way back when. Knockout, and then Wreckage. And they are does not say, nope. Let's see. Figures each fire a projectile. Robots in disguise. Land Military Minicon Team. I don't know why it took me so long to find that, but that is what they are. They are the Land Military Minicon Team. Yeah, and I don't know why it says it on up here for this one, but back here for this one. Anyway, that's really not at all confusing. So now we have them out of their packaging. Here we have Buzzsaw, Drillbit, Dualor, Bone Crusher, Knockout, and Wreckage. And they both have gimmicks. This side, the Destruction Minicon team, when they roll, they have a little gimmicky thing, like for Buzzsaw. Well, it's supposed to be I think it's supposed to be kind of like a saw, but it is not really a saw because if you look closely, it is one of those ginormous excavators. That is a huge piece of mining equipment, but for the purposes of this, it's a buzzsaw. And that's it. That one does. Drillbit, as you can see, has a drill on the back. Doesn't really move around as far as, going up or down, but it spins and makes a loud clicking sound. That's pretty much it for his vehicle mode. And then this is Dualor. His is when he rolls around, he does a little bit of a rat-a-tat-tat with his dual guns. And then for these guys, Bone Crusher, his is operated based off of friction, like a tiny little ball joint. So you just push. The harder you push and faster you push, the further it should shoot. So it's all on you. This one for Knockout, his is the only one that's spring-loaded of the lot of the trio. And it actually shoots pretty far. And as you can hear, it made a sizable thunk on the box in the background. And for Wreckage, just two of the friction ones, except he has just two of them. And as you can see, it's all dependent on how hard you push. And also the strength of the clips. So that's about it for their vehicle modes. I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and show their rolling. Since he has treads, he does have little plastic wheels, so he rolls fairly well. He has 6 individual rolling wheels, which nowadays you can hardly find anything like this. I bet if they remade this guy today, he wouldn't have 6 spinning wheels. He'd probably have maybe maybe 4, maybe even 2 on the bottom here, and these would just be solid molded, or at the very least, if they did have spinning wheels, it'd probably be snap-ons. When these actually have the metal holding them into place, so it rolls quite nicely indeed. And then Knockout, he has 6 rolling wheels as well. These 2 right here don't spin; they're just molded and painted, so it's not too noticeable. And he also rolls pretty well. Obviously, these guys aren't really going to roll because of the rubber on this, but it all has to do with their pretty cool little gimmicks. Alright, to transform this guy, pretty simple. Just pull down his legs, push his feet down like that, pull apart like so, and of course, you might want to be a little careful when you're putting him back in the vehicle mode, because there are these gear teeth that have to mesh up together, so you might want to make sure that you're not accidentally grinding them as you put them together. Just then you want to do for this arm, you just swivel that up like that, it clicks into place, snaps into place, rotate his arm down, and rotate his head around. He does have a decent amount of paint on his face, although there appears to be a chip or just a little spot where they didn't get any paint, so it's yellow head with green for the face. Minicons don't really have detailed faces. Green on his chest, yellow plastic with a decent amount of molded in detail. Minicon emblem. He does have a fist right here, but it's kind of hard to see, especially when it's down here. And of course, no hand right here. He just has that scoop shovel thing, buzzsaw blade. And he doesn't stand up the best, but as you can see, he's standing up currently. Buzzsaw, correction, drill bit, his is pretty simple as well. Just pull down his legs, flip out his feet, rotate his head around, which you can see has yellow paint, gray plastic. His face is a little more detailed than Buzzsaw's. And then you just want to rotate his arms like this. There's a gear point. As you can see, this one's a cross. Just make sure the cross meshes up when you put them back together. Clicks into place. And then you have a drill bit arm. And then a teeny tiny little, doesn't even have a hand really, just a little cross gun thing. Very, very tiny, but and a little goofy looking, but halfway decent robot mode. And he actually stands pretty well. Dweller, his transformation is even simpler. Just flip his feet out. Pull him, or not pull him, extend his legs out. Just like that, and flip his arms out. That's it. That's all you do. Flip out his feet, extend his legs, and flip his arms out like that. He is the simplest of these three. His head is probably the most detailed of the three. He has like a protruding eye, metallic, darker metallic blue. Looks lighter blue on the camera, but is a darker metallic blue. Of course, that's the spinning wheel on his chest. I guess, an odd place or funny place to put the Minicon port. But then again, that's so you can plug him onto a companion, I guess, companion. Well, one of his just around transform with the Minicon ports, and he is kind of back heavy, top heavy because of his turret on his back. But you can kind of lean him forward a little bit, and he will kind of stand sometimes. And as you can see, he will stand if you lean him forward. And then for wreckage, all you want to do is just unpeg, flip around and around. This is really stiff. And just pull apart. And there we have him in his robot mode. He does not have hands. He just has missiles for hands. So yeah, I'm sure it would not feel good getting hit in the face with his hands. I mean, if you pull him out, I guess you could say he has like little claws. So I mean, I guess one could say he has claw hands if you take out his missiles. Other than that, he has missiles for hands. And his face, it's kind of just molded into his body, but it is pretty cool. Got silver for the face and visor. Well, not visor, but hat thing. And then red for the visor, silver for his chest, and then a little silver on his legs. And that's it for the detail on wreckage. Go ahead and stand him off to the side. Let's go ahead and get Knockout. He's pretty simple too. Just flip up, flip down, pull around, like so, flip down, and rotate out. And his head is just completely painted red, molded in, not a whole lot of detail or complexity, like most Minicons. And this arm does not like to stay up all the way, but it does sometimes stay up. And of course, he does have full 360 at the shoulders. I mean, there's not a whole lot of articulation with the Minicons. He does have hip well, you can go up forward, but it's only hinges, so you can't really do much for articulation. And if you tried posing him, he'd probably immediately fall over. So mainly transformation is what those things are for. Let's go ahead and stand him up. Surprisingly, he actually stands up pretty well considering he has a giant shoulder-mounted rocket launcher. Now, I would have transformed him first because I would have worked inside out, but Bone Crusher has the most interesting transformation out of all 6 of these guys. So, what you just want to do is untab right here, untab right here, or unpeg, rotate around, and then you want to twist. It's kind of quick, but because these are orientated like this, but you twist, and then they line up, and then they peg together. Although the peg is a little fat on this one, might need to be shaved down a little bit, but it does eventually snap into place. And you rotate the gas can into place, and here we have Bone Crusher in his robot mode. Of course, just like with Wreckage, he has a gun arm for this one, but at least he does have an actual arm with a nicely painted, copper painted hand, which is more than I could expect from most of them. And he does have an elbow joint, so that gives him a decent amount of articulation. He does have a silver painted face. Looks like a tiny itty bitty nose in there. Don't know if you can see it. And then a green visor over his eyes with a red camera or something, or lens of some kind. And then, of course, he does have this, which is not part of transformation, so that is more for articulation. He does bend at the knee, which is also not for transformation, so they do give him a fair amount of articulation. He probably has the most articulation out of all 6 of them too, so overall, Bone Crusher is probably the most articulated one. Not necessarily the best one, but definitely one of the cooler ones out of the 6. Alright, so this has been a review of Transformers Armada Land Military Minicon team and the Destruction Minicon team. And if you like this review and you'd like to see more, please click that like and subscribe button to see more. And until next time, have a good one, everyone.